Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're new. It's Lisa here with a week ahead reading, this time for our beautiful Scorpios. Hi Scorpio, hope you're having a great day so far. Let's jump in and see what's happening for you for the next 7 days. Now do remember these are timeless readings, so whenever you watch them, they're right for you. And it is a collective reading, so do keep that in mind as we go through the story times. Okay, we have the Two of Swords. Have the Eight of Pentacles. New tarot this week, guys. It's Tarot Draconis. The Page of Cups. The King of Cups. The Nine of Swords. The Hierophant. Oh no, sorry, that's the Emperor. The Emperor, the Four of Wands, or the Four of Arrows, and the Seven of Cups. Okay. So this week, guys, it is a little bit up and down in the emotional fields and in the mental fields. I do feel like you need to remain calm and protect your emotions this week because the energy is very up and down. It's like one day you're feeling great, the next day you're feeling backed into a corner and depressed. And then everything gets confusing and then you go back to feeling okay. So it's one of those weeks emotionally where with the Two of Swords here, it's asking you to just remain calm, protect your emotions, try not to buy into anything too much. Because by the end of the week, I think you'll find that you have turned a corner and found the happiness that you're looking for. Now, for those of you who are looking for love this week, I do think that if you are going into a relationship, there's promise here because you do have the Page of Cups and the King of Cups. The Page of Cups is all about new and unfound feelings of love falling out of your heart space and embracing the world in a loving and joyful way. And the King of Cups is all about being the master of your emotions and having successfully completed the emotional challenge of creating a relationship. And because this is one's a female, this one's a male, they could be counterparts. They are at slightly different levels, but I think in this case it doesn't really matter. They seem to be still compatible. So if you are going into a relationship this week, I would say that it is a potential for working it out. You are building your foundation this week with the Four of Arrows coming in here. It's all about stability and happiness. And I think that during this week, there is a lot of hard work going on because the Eight of Pentacles here, it's like you've got so much work lined up and you're just focusing and concentrating on getting that work done. So you could find yourself a little bit over focused on work this week. If that does happen for you, the recommendation is to try and not get too caught up in it because if you do, you could end up here at the Nine of Swords, which is a bit of a depressive card. It's the one that says we're so caught in our heads, we need a break, we're so depressed, we've trapped ourselves mentally for so long now that we just want to lay down and die. So I think it's one of those things where the universe is saying to you, be careful of overworking this week. Don't get into this energy here because you do have a lot of potentially happy and masterful emotion coming through this week. However, I do feel like there is a lot of confusion surrounding future outcomes. And what I mean by that is that sometimes when we're looking at the future, we can have a set timeline in our head, something that we think is going to happen. We know the direction of our lives and we know our future. I don't feel like that's the case for you this week. I feel like this week it's all in question. You're looking at things and going, I don't know what to choose. I don't know what to do. There's so many options in front of me and I don't know which one really resonates with me. But the good news is you've got a solid foundation under you. So you do have time to make this decision before rushing into anything. And I think that's what the Emperor is all about. He's the Emperor of the realm. He's already mastered everything and he's now a ruler. And he represents the masterful way in which you rule your world. And I think that he's being blessed by the dragon here in this picture. And I think the universe is blessing you this week because you do have so much emotional fulfillment and you do have a stable foundation. You just got to remain calm and let whatever's happening this week flow over you like water, because if you don't buy into it, it can't have any emotional power over you. And I think that that's the key this week. So let's jump in and see what else is coming up from Spirit this week. Thanks. Other messages from Spirit, please. I think I will use this one next. What are the messages from Spirit, please? If you can't tell, I'm shuffling. Okay, work through your feelings. So you know how I was saying remain calm and protect your emotions? This is indicating to me that there could be quite a few emotions this week. And if there are, it's a call to work through them rather than to suppress them. When we suppress our energy, we end up in the Nine of Swords. And it's all about, rather than ignoring our emotion, just allowing our emotion to be whatever it is. Feel it, embrace it, then let it go. We don't necessarily have to psychologically unpack everything in order to work through our emotions. Emotions are a state of being, they're not a thought. So if you're working through your emotion, it just means sitting there and allowing it to fulfill you, allowing it to go through you. And that's how we actually clear them in the long run, so that we don't store them in our subconscious mind and end up having these depressive feelings coming up later because we didn't deal with it at the time. So it's just a call to work through your emotional reactions to things this week, particularly when it comes to work, because you do have a lot going on this week. I do feel like you could be a little bit tired as well, because you are working so hard and because you do have a lot of emotional things going on. So there could also be at work this week an emotional fulfillment. There could be something that you're mastering at work that leads to a new and unfound feeling of love that's bubbling up around you and makes you feel emotionally secure at work. But in that case, I would say don't get overly attached to it, because you could find yourself, again, overworking and coming back into this energy. But because you do have such a stable foundation and you have the ability to work through your emotions, I'm not worried about where this week is going. I actually think it's a lot of good energy, not particularly negative energy. Talk less, feel more. What was I just saying about your emotions? I feel like this is a week where it's all about the emotions. It's not about the thoughts. I think the thoughts are the block. You have a block in your crown chakra for whoever I'm talking to. And I feel like that crown chakra needs to be cleared. So one way of doing that is grounding yourself. Go and put your bare feet on the earth and just stand there for 5 minutes. It'll clear it out. Otherwise, you could use a mental exercise where you feel and see the energy in the mind space and feel and see that energy falling down in through the heart. Feel the emotion as it goes through the heart and then release it down through the base chakra. Whichever method you decide to use, I would highly advise grounding this week, because I feel like that'll clear a lot of those emotional blocks that have been going on for you, and it'll help you to work through your emotions rather than overthinking things and getting caught up in your own head. That being said, you do need to think things through. It's not a week to react. It's not a week to just go all on your emotions. It's got to be balanced. So I think that's what this card is saying. It's saying balance your thoughts and your emotions. And it's all about recognizing when to think and when to feel. There's a time for thinking and there's a time for feeling. And I think that in this particular week, there's going to be a lot of emotion going on and a lot of emotional ups and downs. And so if you find yourself in that up and down energy, finding balance is by doing the opposite to whatever's happening to you. If you're overly emotional, then feel the emotions, let them go, and then start thinking it through. If you're overly caught up in your thoughts and you can't feel anything, then work on feeling your emotions. Do the opposite to whatever's happening to you, and you'll find your balance this week. Overall, though, I think it's quite a good energy for clearing this week and preparation this week. You're obviously working on your foundation. Final messages from Spirit, please. Final messages from Spirit for our beautiful Scorpios for this week, please, Spirit. Lots. Take a chance. Guys, sometimes you have to believe in yourself and take a leap of faith. There could be an opportunity for you this week to step outside of your box and take a chance on something. You know, gamblers do win occasionally. That's not to encourage anyone to gamble. Please don't. I'm just using it as an example of a way that the universe can step in and help you at times. So I'm not at all recommending that anyone go and gamble this week. What I am saying, though, is take a chance on the universe. Step outside of your routine. Go and do something unexpected. It's in the unexpected that the synchronicity can occur and that the universe can step in and deliver to you exactly what it is that you need in any given moment to find your connection to God or to connection to Source, which is where our true joy and happiness actually comes from. That feeling of safety, that feeling of security, that feeling of knowing our future and knowing that we have enough and being free enough in our emotional self without the worry and the fear to be able to truly embody and enjoy the sensual pleasures of the world around you. And so this week, it's all about feeling those sensual pleasures. Take it into your sensory perception. Don't just leave it in your emotional self. Bring it into the body. Feel the delicious chocolate as it falls over your tongue, or feel the beautiful air around you. Is it hot? Is it cold? feel the sensation of the weight of gravity pulling at your body. It's those kinds of energetic, emotional entanglements that you need to be making this week in order to clear the energy of the mind space. And a great way of doing that is by spontaneously going down the beach and just focusing on the feeling of the sand on your feet, on the light, on the water. Doing those things this week and taking it out of your daily routine is what I think is going to bring you the satisfaction this week, and that's what's going to open up to synchronicity. So I think the universe is trying to deliver some sort of surprise to you, and I would recommend that you get out of your own routine and get out there and find it. Fortune cookie, what was I just saying about the universe having a surprise for you? I think that you're going to have some good fortune, some good luck coming in this week. And I think the universe is just trying to gently say to you, look, you've been working so hard. You've built this really solid foundation. You've found your emotional fulfillment. You are a good person who works hard and keeps themselves calm. It's just a matter of working through day by day and opening to receiving this fortuitous new beginning that you've worked really hard for. And the stable ground is stable ground. You're not going to lose that ground by opening up to good fortune. So it's just a reminder to get out there and actually expect and seeker, dowsing rods, to seek that happiness, seek that joy, seek that emotional fulfillment, seek that delicious sensation in life, because it's all on you guys. Like, no one can make you do it. And if you don't choose to do it yourself, you're not going to experience it. So it's just a reminder to get out there and seek the joy in life. Make time for fun. Don't be all work and all stress. So I hope that helps, guys. I would love to hear about your life in the comments section. I'm trying to build a community here where we can all have a chat together. So feel free to start a conversation in the comments. I hope you have a great week ahead, and I will see you guys in the next one.